Awakening to Walk Talk Therapy. We cannot solve our problems wearing the same shoes we wore in creating them. I remember the moment it hit me. It was your typical 10-degree windy, wintry day in Chicago, and I was sitting in my pimped-out therapy office with a client surrounded by the perfect Eames chairs, a cozy security blanket, and 2 inconspicuously placed clocks. My client was in the middle of a story she'd told me 20 times before, sitting with her shoulders hunched in defeat and her foot twitching with angst, and all of a sudden I felt I would suffocate in the stuffy, airless room. That's when I heard myself blurting, "Grab your coat. We're going for a walk." My client was shocked, and it was cold, but almost as soon as we hit the street, she came unstuck, and I knew with every cell inside of me that my chosen profession was no longer talk therapy but walk and talk therapy. That combination really has the power to unlock human potential. When you are outside and moving, you burn calories, your endorphins spike, and you feel the sensory bliss of being outside. You're constantly passing new scenery, which helps you think creatively. Your self-consciousness dissipates with each step. Walking also encourages people to come up with their own solutions, because the therapist and client become a team of equals, rather than one of them sitting there in the almighty chair. Outside, we talk face to face, footstep to footstep, in the open air of possibilities. Since that first walk, I've noticed that when my clients are walking through a park, they might be telling me about painful events like a divorce or a job loss, but somehow they still felt good. Physiology is working in their favor, and they don't seem so stuck in their story. The solutions you come to while in motion are different than the ones you think of while sitting still. They tend to be more real world, and maybe because they're born out of action, easier to put into action. I've now walked and talked with thousands of people, both at Miraval Resort Spa in Tucson and with clients across the country as part of the work I do with my company, Mind in Motion. GetYourMindInMotion.com. Each walk has been a catalyst for change, whether the client is an overstressed CEO, an empty nest couple seeking to reconnect, or someone trying to understand the deeper issues behind their weight problems or struggling to let go of a painful divorce. I also encourage my clients to bring in physical activity when they need to have a challenging discussion, whether it's a personal relationship or a business meeting. Sure, there's a time and a place for stillness. I wouldn't advise someone who had just suffered the death of a loved one to get up and walk it out. But it's amazing how many problems can be solved through the combination of nature, motion, and human connection. This isn't about working out, which is a different type of activity with a different goal, but rather about sustaining a level of movement that's steady and calming. Everyone talks about physical toning, but we need emotional toning as well, a way to give the mind a rest from busy work and raise our body-centered energy. In talk therapy, the law of inertia works against us. The longer we sit there feeling stuck, the more stuck we get. But in walk and talk therapy, the law of inertia begins to work in our favor, for motion, once created, sustains itself. Our bodies instinctively know how to self-heal, and if we give them half a chance, they can heal our minds as well. Greetings, beloved beacons of light. We are the celestial white beings. We come forth with love and bliss, which we shower upon you. We deliver into your soul and your essence, so that you may remember fully the truth that you hold and the truth that is present for you to deliver in your current reality. Every being holds a different version of the truth. This is appropriate and necessary. It allows a greater picture to be formed, far greater than has ever been experienced before on the earth. We are entering into new territory with new understandings. Some of you may say that you have remembrance of times when your spiritual awareness and your abilities were far greater than they are now, and the vibration of the earth was far higher and quicker than it is now. That may be true because we are not necessarily judging the ascension of the earth by the speed of its vibration or even the volume of understanding and remembrance that is present within the minds of many. We are actually recognizing the awakening that is occurring. There is a greater awakening occurring. What we mean by this is that there is an awakening occurring within so many people, greater than we have ever experienced before. This is something that has not been experienced on the earth, a mass awakening that begins slowly but then will quicken in speed. Today we have come forth to speak with you about being open. We begin this discussion by asking, what does it mean to be open? The joyous thing is that each of you will give a different answer. Maybe you can think to yourself, what does it mean to me to be open, and what does it mean to be more open? We, the celestial white beings, have existed upon the earth, and there are aspects of our soul group that are still upon the earth now. For us, being open is to have a relaxed nature within your being, a flowing nature where your energies are able to flow easily and effortlessly without blocks or boundaries or limitations. This means you are able to express yourself easily and flowing ... or in a flowing nature. You are able to receive easily. You are able to connect with yourself, especially to understand self, to accept and appreciate self, to nurture and love self. Also, to do the same for others, to understand others, to nurture, to respect, to love others, and of course the world around you. Then you begin this experience of connection with self and connection with others. You also begin this experience of a flowing nature. As you give, so you receive. This allows for a very relaxed energy, a soft energy within your body and your being. It allows you, with this relaxed, soft energy, to be more open, to be more present with yourself and your reality, as well as the exchanges and transformations that are taking place within your being and around you. It is a wonderful experience to be more open, to be more connected, to have that flow, to have an exchange, a softness of energy within your being. It means that judgments fall away and resistance falls away. It means that you are present, fully present in your reality. For us, the celestial white beings, this is what it means to be open and to be more open, or to experience a greater openness. It is being present. It can be challenging to be present when there is chaos. There is resistance, there is unhappiness, distrust in the world, even doubt, and also within your own being. If you can focus upon these areas of openness that we have discussed, you enter into a space of being present. Then you begin to recognize what is truly the truth. In other words, what truly matters, what is important, what is necessary, what is most impactful, what requires to be let go and what requires to be energized. You enter, in a sense, into another reality of yourself where you are fully present with yourself and others. This is when the spiritual abilities and the spiritual tools, the spiritual understanding that remember yourself owning and embodying, they are able to flow instantly into your being, and you are able to collect them and use them in your reality. We invite you, in the coming days, to recognize where you can be more open and how that impacts your reality. Where you can bring in the gentle, soft energy to your body, you can release the tension, the strain, the stress that can simply be achieved by breathing or focusing upon love surrounding you. We, the celestial white beings, don't necessarily want to offer a practice today because we feel that each of you have practices that you adore, that you love to do that work for you, and so we invite you to utilize those as you enter into a space of being more open. To follow your own inner guidance as to how to have the softer, gentle energy in your body, the flow, the exchange, the connection, and the being present that you enter into. Note that if you try to be present without the soft energy in your body and your being, the flow, the connection, the exchange, It might be challenging. But if you adopt those energies, even if only for an intention of doing so, you'll find that you enter into a space where you are more present naturally and automatically. To some extent, although we say that spiritual growth is about perseverance and practice, it is also about allowing things to happen automatically. When you enter into an alignment and you are in that connection, you're in that space of being connected, aligned, centered, things automatically appear, manifest within your being. Spiritual growth doesn't have to be challenging or hard. In actual fact, it doesn't require that much effort, especially when you are allowing yourself to be in an alignment. When we think of being open, we are thinking of entering into that space of alignment with self, with the Creator, with guides. When you are in that space and when you can remain in that space, even if only for a few moments, you can allow transformation and shifts to take place. We, the celestial white beings, invite you to contemplate this, to explore it, to add your own understanding, and to remind yourself of the practices that will help you enter into this space that we speak of. We love you dearly. We are the celestial white beings. Thank you.